All right, this is Mike out here in Sacramento, and these are my guns for the river and the ocean. This is my favorite. I got this at Walmart, I think, in 2005. It is a R2 professional series, and that's the information right here. The line is about it's only about in kilograms for the spinner, and that's the spinner that it came with. I have mono and braided line mixed up together, and I'm running a little simple setup, more for like a drop, what they call a drop rig. Throw it out from the bank. The weight stays at the bottom, the hook, another hook, and the bobber up on top, keeping the line straight down like this. No matter what current, no matter what's going on, it's staying up and down like that, even though it's up at the bank. I got this one also at Walmart. This is the salmon pole. It came as a kit. This one is a medium action. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm trying to give you guys some shade so you guys can see. Caught one fish with it, not too big. I got the rod, and this one's a Berkeley. It's a shock lightning rod, and it's married to an Abu Black Pro Max. It's a second, I think, generation or third. I can't remember what version of it is. So there you go. It's a PMAX3, and that's the version of it. Some little upgrades here and there inside that reel to make this reel work. But never used it. Brought it used, and there's some upgrades with the bearings. I'm going to take it out tomorrow and give it a shot. This is a one-piece rod. These are two pieces. This is my Vantage. This one is from Abu, I think, also. Never used it. Again, this one is for, as you guys see, the Baitcaster. And I had it married to the Abu Garcia right here, which is the 6500S. But I ended up putting it on this ugly stick. But before we get there, never used the rod. It is a one piece. It is a medium heavy type of rod, so you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see that information. Let me put it up in the sun and see if you guys can see that. Never used it. This rod right here, it's my favorite. I found this one in the water by the dock, and I married it to this what they call OPIX, and love this spinner reel. Real big, real good. This one, it is a medium heavy action, about up to 25 pounds, 10 to 25 pounds. Just pretty nice. As you guys see, it's one of my favorites out here. Catch all day. Stripers with that for some reason. Kind of works for me, but we're going to go to the next one. And this is this brand right here. Never used this. As you guys can see, it's still got the sticker and everything on there. May take it out tomorrow. It is a two-piece rod, so is this one. And now we come to the ugly sticks. There's 3 ugly sticks. 2 are for the spinner. Actually, all 3 are spinners, but they all have two of them are the one height and the other one is the other. So these are 8, this is 7. And again, I married this one with this Abu Garcia right here, which is the 6500 with braided line. We're talking about 30 pounds braided. You always want to put some type of mono line at the end of it, so that way you have some type of cushion in case you get snagged or anywhere up against the bank. This is the other ugly stick, combo stick that I kind of married it with this ugly stick, the SC20. This thing is really heavy. I mean, I can knock someone out with this and go in and I don't need to fish, just hit the fish with this and knock them out. It's a 2-piece ugly stick, never used it. It's still, as you guys see, I just took this out the box and stringed it up. That's the only thing that I did to it, and it's just been sitting there, as you guys can see. Still has the labeling. Gonna take it out, hopefully this summer. And this is the other ugly stick that I have. It's married. It was a combo set. It is a Spalding right there, and again, this one is a 6 to 15 on the line, and it's a medium action, as you guys can see right there. Sorry, trying to keep it where you guys can see it. Used it maybe twice. These are brand new. These are the Abu Garcia Black. These are the Max. As you guys can see, there's still the stickers on this one. Married it with, 30-pound braid, and I'm going to marry it again with some carbon fiber, monofiber line. Again, here is the Baitcaster one, and again, this is the Black Max, and never used this one either. These are brand new. The sticker, the tag on it is on the inside, and here's another one that I got. This one is a Tiger, and this one is a medium heavy action, 8 to 15 pounds, and it has this little Tiger spinner baitcaster thing. I don't know what they call that right now. I like this one right here. This is a 2-piece. These are single pieces right here, just in case on the black. They're all single piece. They're not, 2-piece. And then we got this one. This one is my Dango, and again, I married it with another Abu 6500 S, the Ambassador, as you guys see, and I love this one. I use this one for the jigs. On the shoreline and off the docks, and boy, do I catch stripers with that. Sorry, mosquitoes are beginning to bite out here. And then I have this one right here. I brought this one. It is a Spalding, and never been used. Well, I don't know if they used it, but as you guys can see, it comes with this reel. It is a spinner. It's very light, but I like it. I want the rod. I don't care about the, the reel. May give that one away to someone, because, again, when I found that Fusion, and the Fusion works, so I guess they threw it in the water because the locking mechanism doesn't work. I can cast out and it just keeps on spinning out. I can't retrieve or anything. So something broke inside, and I guess probably that's why they threw it in the water. It was in the water for a very short time, and I happened to luck out and pick it up. As you guys can see, I got everything, keep my whole bag, with, the stuff to use. And goddamn mosquitoes. Then I got this one. I won this one actually, and as you guys can see, it is a HT200. I got this one and won this one off of Wish. They sent me this. I don't know how good it is or anything, and like I said, you guys can see, very poor quality. Still needs some finishing work done to it, but again, I can marry it to one of these little poles over here, just, for shits and giggles. So again, this is my setup right here. This is my guns for the boat and for the river. And when I'm out in the ocean, that one my boy has, and he's using that right now. I had a custom rod made for 400 pounds test line. I mean, like for really to go after sharks. And he's using that right now just to take a look at it. Since he likes a lot of ocean fishing and Pacific fishing, I'm used to fishing out in the Atlantic. So something like this would do for me. Again, something small, but I want something big now. And again, this is my go-to one. I love this rod. This rod has never let me or never failed on me. As you guys can see, I even got one of the tags from the lake. It's called Lake Minden out in Nicholas, California, and I love it. Catfish out there, carp. Forgot what else is inside that lake, but just for shits and giggles, spend the day with the kids. But again, that one's coming out tomorrow. This one piece right here. So these two pieces are coming out, and these are going to be the ones that I'm going to be taking tomorrow with me out at the Sacramento River. I do want to test my one piece right there, and I got it to match the rod and everything, but again, if I can find me a two-piece, or guess what, I may marry it to the Vantage. But again, because it has the orange, I try to keep it together with uniformly. But again, it's not about the look, it's about the function right now. And right now I'm trying to get big game. Fishing license. Make sure you got your fishing license out here. They catch you fishing out here. It's really bad if you get a ticket. So again, leave me a comment down below. What do you think about some of these rods and some of these reels? Again, some of them are single package, like the Abus and that SC20, and then the other ones are combo rods. Besides that Fusion right there, which you guys saw me with the Fusion reel. If I can fix that one, I'll put that reel back together again and stick that, that one on probably even that Vantage. It's where I really wanted it at, not the Vantage one. I like the trigger kind of settings, and I like those kind of bait casting rods, but they don't make them heavy, and I'm looking for something like 50, 60 pounds rods, and anything greater. And I know it's not a sport. I don't want to fight with the fish. I'm not used to fighting with the fish, and with this Pro, this Pro 2 right there, I don't fight with the fish. I don't even know sometimes that I have fishes on, and until I pull, I start bringing up the fishes. Usually 2 hooks at a time. I got nailed for having like 4 or 5 hooks at one time, and I just threw them out, like the way the boats do it. Threw 1, 2 hooks out, and then set up a drag and slid one down and slid it again down the rope, so it was going like this to one point, down to another point, down to another point, as the line was going out and the current was taking out, I was feeding the water with more line and hook up another hook, maybe a couple of feet, another hook, another hook, and Fishing Game caught me doing that, and they were like, you can't do that, and I was just like, I'm just playing around for shits and giggles, and they said, well, here's a ticket for shits and giggles. So 2 hooks is according to what I know out here in Sacramento. Read the books. You can dispute some of the things. Um, there are some wordings that kind of is vague and what do you call it? How do you say? It has two meanings to it, so be careful because they can hit you with some of it. So be careful on how many hooks you use, what type of hooks you guys are using, because apparently whoever's running, the fishing industry and is in Sacramento, I guess they went a little rogue, and now it's causing problems for us fishermen out there with certain type of things we can do and what we can't do. But again, this is we did a challenge for under $50, and when I got this one right here, this was $50, and this was $50. So I brought these two for $100. That one was $25 on sale, but that was last year. All these rods are 1 year old. Besides the Pro 2 right here and the Rio. The Pro Max right there, and one of the Abus is used, so the one that has some scrapings on the side, I believe it's this one right here is the used one, and this one right here is the new one. And I had that one on this Vantage, but I moved it over to this ugly stick, and I'm going to move it back to the Vantage. I rather prefer the Baitcasters to be on their bait casting rods. I kind of like those rods. I may get rid of these ugly sticks to go after more, or if they make some ugly sticks bait casting type, I want those. Again, I'm just, I like to fish off the docks and off the banks out here along the river, Sacramento River, Filler River, Delta River, the San Joaquin River, out in the bay, Bodega Bay. For the Bodega Bay ones, this is the rod that I go out for Bodega Bay and Shell Beach. Anything beyond that, these things won't handle it out there. According to other people who says, but you guys let me know which one you think, should I be using. I really want to take this one out too. I'm hungry to see this one because this one looks so beautiful and it's nice and thick. But again, I just don't like this. But hey, who knows, I got to try it. And if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I'll let you guys know. But if not, it will be on the market for someone, to take it. It's been with me for a year. So again, hasn't been used or anything. It's just been sitting inside storage, and you guys can see the storage open in there. And I pulled most of the guns out because, again, the weather's warming up and it's fishing time. Sturgeons and salmon is running around right now, and boy, do I want to get a hold of one. I'm not a big fish eater, and like I said in some of my other videos, I leave the fish in the water and remove the hook while the fish is in the water. I don't like to take the fish out the water and remove the hook because, again, I'm trying to cause less stress to the animal as much as I can. And again, think about it like this. We go in the water and we start drowning when we, inhaling the water. So imagine the fish inhaling the air, vice versa. So again, I try to do and cause less stress to the animals as much as I can before I go out and start destroying them. And even with the animals that I'm supposed to destroy, I throw it back in the water because who am I to destroy something, Who knows? But again, these are some of the tools that I have, and I'm going to play around with some of the ones that I got, and I'm going to make some switches here and there on some of the reels. Again, these were the major ones that I will always use right here. When I found this one, I fell in love with this one and always use this one, but this one it's been with me. That is, I guess what you call the 50 cal right there. It is one of the tallest one also. So when I shoot that out there, I know I'm catching fish. With that one, yeah, depending, mixed here and there. But again, I have to put it through its paces, and I'm trying to catch something big. Everything I keep catching with that is small. And again, with the monoline, I don't feel anything. So I try to go to braid, but really don't like braid that much, especially in some of the baitcaster because of the bird nest. And when the bird nest tangles up, it knocks up, and oof. If there's a way for them to set it, the Abu Garcias don't have too much of a casting range. Everything's predetermined, set for a certain range, so I try to shoot, 12 feet out and let it drop for 12 feet of depth, or even a little bit further than that out there, because the river out here goes from 0 to 12, and then from 12 drops off down to 23 to about 29 feet, depending on where you're at in the channel. The closer the channel is, the faster the flow, the more fishes you can get that way. But at the same time, the flow is faster, so that's where you begin to have problems trying to keep your line straight down. But again, that's the deepest part of the channel. When it comes closer into each other, they were looking at about 35 feet up. I think it was up a little bit above Garcia Bend. So my fishing host is Garcia Bend, Miller Park, Discovery on the outside shell, out in West Sac by the dock, by the police academy, coming back into Sacramento along Garden Highway, coming from Sandy Cove and working its way all the way up to Shanghai. Shanghai Bay is another area where I like to go fish at, and I usually start from there and work my way down. But again, those are the guns that I like to use. I'm going to take that gun out tomorrow to take a look at it, and take a feel on that. I'm not used to baitcasters. I played around with that one, but again, like I said, that one is limited. No matter how big of a weight, I can put a 6 ounce, 3 ounce, 2 ounce. It's just limited, and no matter what I do to adjust anything, again, it's just it has a certain limit, and I can't go beyond that limit no matter what I try to do. Heavier weight, doubling the weight, even putting 6 pounds at the end, and just shooting the line with the 6 pounds to see how far I can take that out, and still it has its limit, 12, and then drop. Trying to go further. That reel right there, again, waxier stuff. I like to use the ceramic wax underneath the cups and everything, because it makes things even smoother when it's spinning out. It's not getting hung up, or the chips of the paint or anything, or any imperfections that may be underneath will kind of seal anything, and any water that the line is picking up as you reeling in or spinning it out won't cause any damage up there. So when you buy them, wax them all the way up to the top. Wax your poles, wax the rings, wax everything. Do your maintenance on them, especially with the baitcasters. I really hate baitcasters because it's a lot of maintenance on them versus the spinners. Again, just a little spray here and there, just to keep it going. Some WD-40 or some penetrating oil, just a little here and there, certain sections, and you're good to go. But again, with the baitcasters, take them out, clean them, grease them. Once you're done using them for the day, wash them, rinse them, and store them. Especially with the salt water, it begins to damage it. And even with the fresh water, some of the river, because of the farm, some of that chemicals run off into the river, and you end up having chemicals and stuff, on your stuff, and you want to make sure that you rinse it off. So that way your line doesn't come brittle and stuff, and use this little spray, especially for the mono line, so that it doesn't create memory. Same thing with the braided lines. Flip them upside down and spool it up the other way, so that way you use both sides and you wear out both sides evenly. Almost like rotating the tires. But again, this is Mike. Out here. I'm going to try to do a separate channel, but I'm going to add this in my channel. For the rods, what rods do you guys use? What rods do you recommend out here? What type of lines you guys will recommend? I'm from the East Coast, so I'm not used to, Pacific fishing or river fishing. I'm used to Atlantic fishing, and there's warm waters out there and different type of fish. I'm out here in the Pacific. I try to use, I believe, was one of these little ones over here, and the line broke and everything because the current, the flow, and everything just was way too strong. And I thought, 60 pounds would be good enough, but unfortunately, no. That's why I got the heavy ones over there, and the lighter ones are the ones over here. The lightest one, I believe, is one of the ones that I got with 15 pounds of braided right there, which I may end up changing it. But again, who knows, I'm just trying to make sure that whatever I got, or what you guys recommend, to change it. I want to get something where this right here, it's a lot longer. I want this to be almost like the other one where the reel is sitting up here, and I got much more. I was thinking about adding extensions to it and gluing it down, but I don't want to mess up the reel or anything. I just want to make it a little bit longer, make it taller. For me, I love long handles like that Pro 2 over there, because I hold it at the end, and when I shoot out, it's just holding it at the end, and I'm flicking it way out to where I can flick from one side of the bank to the other side of the bank if I wanted to, with a 4-ounce weight. So I know what that pole can do, and that's why I love that pole. It's my go-to poles. These are old and new, so the ugly sticks, they say they're really good and indestructible and everything, but again, these little eyelids begin to turn, move, which is, as you guys can see right there. Had a problem with this one, and really don't know, how to deal with that. May want to fix them. As you guys can see right there, how it's just shredding over there. It doesn't look, very pretty. And this one hasn't been used or anything. This one over here, as you guys can see, is doing the same thing. It's twisting some of them up there. So the one that I haven't used, as you guys can see, it has the same problems that the other ugly stick has. So I guess that's why they have them on sale. So I guess that's why they had it on sale. But I can't complain. I mean, we did a challenge when I brung this out there, and they were like, that's $100. And I go, well, here's my receipt. This is what I paid for it. And they were like, do they have any more? And nope. That was it. They got rid of whatever they had on the line, and this is what I ended up with, this collection. Looking for bargains, and usually I find bargains. Name brand is not everything, so I'm not looking for name brand. I'm looking for functionality. So if you got something that is not name brand, but it's functional, by all means, again, this is one of the things that we were talking about. It's not name brand, but it's functioning still, to use it. How it works, will it work? I don't know, but we're going to test that out also. Got my little tackle box over here, all the lures here, some weights and some stuff. As you guys see, I have a lot of different things here. This is my bucket. I carry another bucket for my minnows and anything else that I'm catching out there. I got my water shoes always. I got another pair of shoes. I got the chair. But right now, I'm trying to prepare my vehicle for the long haul and for the beach. start hanging out at the beach and start doing some beach fishing. And that's basically why I want, the bigger rods. Smaller rods, like I said, they're pretty cool. Maybe the baitcasters have to be used on a boat, trawling the jigs. But again, whatever works. I fished with a stick and a string, and I caught fish. So this is the guns, and I'm pretty sure I can go and catch anything, including with that little one right there. So it all depends on what we're using, what I use for bait. Shrimp, silver minnows, what do you call this? Bloodworms, some liver, squid, mackerel, sardine. They have the lure stink thing for the crayfish as a scent of crayfish. That works a lot out in the river. I spray that on the lure and just cast it out, and boy, that one right there be catching a lot of fish, and that's my go-to one. I like this one. There's a couple of the ones that I've lost out there in the bank, and I'm going to retrieve them when it gets a little bit warmer. But this is my go-to right here. I love this one. Like I said, just got to clean your stuff when you're done using it. Because again, I was just using that today. So again, this is my arsenal of rods. Hopefully you guys can help me or help someone else. What do you think about these rods? Give me your opinion down below. I'm not asking you for thumbs up or thumbs down or to subscribe anywhere up in the box. Again, this is what I got. This is what I fish, and hopefully if you guys think that you need an expensive rod, well, I don't use expensive rod. I use cheap rods. Get them on sale and everything. Some of them are name brands. So again, if you want to question some of the things, well, I'm open for discussion and debate. Let me know what you guys think about some of this stuff, and is it any good?